A very good evening to you and welcome to Rwanda Television News. My name is Sam Kalisa. In celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Unity Club Intwararumuri, its members say that many years have been spent to build the unity of Rwandans and that they are still committed to the cause. It is something that also appreciated by those who have been benefited the initiatives of this organization. Tashrobia kickstarts tonight's bulletin with this report.
From 1996 to 2021, 25 years have passed since the founding of the Unity Club Intwararumuri, the organization founded by the First Lady of Rwanda, Jeannette Kagame. The organization is made up of the current and former government officials and their spouses. Their core mandate was to contribute to the country's reconstruction of social fabric just 2 years after the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Domitira Mukanaganzwa, a member of the Unity Club Intwararumuri, said proactive and open dialogues were key to achieving the goal of this club.
Inzira yakoreshejwe ni imwe y'ingenzi ni inzira y'ibiganiro.
We used dialogue as the channel to achieving tangible results. We organized forums that brought together leaders at different levels, and they were characterized by openness about the history of the country, and different individuals would take turns in coming forth to share their stories. That would help others to learn about the history of our country. In short, these conversations were meant for people to open up.
Ibyo biganiro rero byari bigamije kugira ngo dutomore.
Over the past 25 years, the Unity Club has achieved a lot based on its mission to be at the forefront of restoring the unity of Rwandans, championed by the country's top leaders, promote social cohesion and contribute to the sustainable socio-economic development of the country. The club has helped genocide orphans, widows and widows to rebuild their lives over the years through different initiatives.
Umurimo rero ukomeye Unity Club yakoze.
The main task is to sensitize the families to integrate and adopt orphans and raise them as their own. The other focus is on the genocide widows, so we have to join forces with Avega to find them and talk to them. But over the years, we found it necessary to build them homes in different places where they live and extend basic infrastructure in their communities. This improves their well-being, but it also promotes unity in communities.
Elder widows in Huye district spoke to RBA on how they have benefited from the initiative of the Unity Club.
I'm very happy. I have never lacked anything. We thank the leader, extend our appreciation to the leadership. May God bless them.
We owe this to the President Paul Kagame and the First Lady. Without them, the homeless, weak and elderly genocide widows would not have lived happy. Some members of the Unity Club in Intwararumuri point out that although the organization has made great strides in the last 25 years, it has also continued to work to address the existing challenges, including fostering mutual responsibility in addressing social problems hindering Rwanda's development. Now, Rwandans, one of the members of the Unity Club, says that the fight against the genocide ideology is the task of every Rwandan in general and members of the Unity Club in particular.
Ikibazo cy'ingengabitekerezo ya jenoside inyura muri murandasi izashoboka kubera yuko
the issue of genocide ideology being promoted online will be solved by the way we react to it. As members of Unity Club, would not allow anyone to say that there was a double genocide in Rwanda, and the history is clear about that. Would not allow anyone to hide behind their political aspirations to deny or negate the genocide. We've seen some people who say things different from what actually happened.
The
leadership of the Unity Club in Intwararumuri said that the organization has long been searching on the effects of the genocide against the Tutsi, especially on the youth who are battling trauma and related wounds. The research findings will be relied upon to determine on how to help those in need. Officials from the Unity Club also indicated that the organization will continue to conduct research on issues that are detrimental to the unity of Rwandans. Reporting for RwandaTV News, Ethan Tashabia.
Thank you, Ethan Tashabia. Moving ahead, locals with issues resolved by the Ombudsman Office through the mediation process say this approach has helped them to save time and resources in courts. The Ombudsman Office say mediation is being more productive because it solves cases outside courts and promotes harmony. Jen Mutani reports.
For the last 9 years, Murakaza Auguste, a resident of Kigali, had been demanding to be repaid about 140 million Rwandan francs, which he had loaned Apape College to help with the renovation of the school. But the school administration did not pay him. He took the case to the court and he won the case, but the court's decision could not be implemented until he appealed to the office of the ombudsman.
Umuvunyi rero barampamagaye nakoreje Apape tugirana ibiganiro.
The Ombudsman office called me for talks with College Apape, and the Ombudsman asked me to be patient with them for 10 months. I agreed because they were willing to be involved in the matter. We agreed that if they exceeded 4 terms without paying me, their properties will be auctioned off. The issue have been resolved and I'm being paid, and I'm grateful to the Ombudsman who served as our mediator when the Apape administration was about to give me a hard time and also walk away with my money.
The
Ombudsman Nirere Madeleine says mediation solves problems quickly and free of charge while bringing peace between both parties. This way, problems are solved quickly versus in the court whereby a case can take 5 to 10 years before it's solved, and also reconciliation is free. And when it's successful, both parties continue to live harmoniously. Unlike when the issue is taken to court, it sometimes results into hatred and misunderstanding. It saves one from spending time and resources such as paying attorneys with the risk of being convicted and sentenced. According to the Office of the Ombudsman, in the fiscal year 2020-2021, out of the 18 cases that they received, 11 of them, equivalent to 61%, have been resolved. 6 of them, equivalent to 33.4%, are still being followed up. And 1 of them, equivalent to 5.5%, hits a snag. Jane Mutoni, RTV News.
Thank you, Jane. As few days remain to the local government elections in Rwanda that kicks off on 23rd of this month, the Ministry of Local Government has indicated that those who will be elected have a clear responsibility to help the President of the Republic speed up the country's development that he promised the citizens during his presidential campaigns. Residents also say that they are waiting for better services from those they will elect. Some residents say they're grateful for what they have been able to achieve with the help from the local authorities, but they also have expectations for local authority leaders who will be elected in October, including improving service delivery and advocacy for the development projects they desire.
We are well prepared. We expect local authorities to help us in development activities, good governance, fighting corruption, better service delivery, and decentralization. We would like them to improve service delivery and stop delaying citizens who go to seek services at the village level.
As citizens, we're ready to vote. We will vote important leaders. We want the new leaders to help us in development and striving for our well-being. Yeah, we already receive good services, but we even want the existing gaps to be filled. We are well prepared for the elections, but as you can see, our roads need to be constructed. We want the new leaders to speed up road construction in our area. The chairman of the National Electoral Commission, Professor Kalisa Mbanda, points out that the cooperation between the Commission and all Rwandans is a key principle and highlights the specifics for the upcoming elections, including the use of technology to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. The elections will happen as we battle the COVID-19 pandemic, so we must vote in a way that does not lead to the spread of the pandemic among Rwandans. Through campaigns, candidates must prevent carrying out meetings, and even submitting their candidatures must be done online. When such moments come, we remind citizens that they are the ones to lead their country by voting able leaders. The Minister of Local Government, Jean-Marie Vian Gatabazi, says local leaders have a responsibility to mobilize, implement government programs at the grassroots level, improve in particular, and help the head of state speed up the development he promised Rwandans during the run for presidency. It is the main responsibility, but heading the district, you must know what the president vowed to the residents, because you have to make sure that what the president promised to them is achieved. The second important thing is that for that to be achieved, service delivery must be improved. Citizens sometimes have issues with institutions working from their areas. All those problems must be solved. The National Electoral Commission recently revealed that the budget for the year 2020-2021 have only been spent at the rate of 44.1% because the electoral process was delayed by the COVID-19 pandemic. The budget for the upcoming elections is currently estimated at 1,955,000,000 Rwandan francs. Moving ahead to infrastructure matters, ministers in charge of infrastructure from Rwanda, Burundi and Tanzania reiterated that the construction of Rusumo Hydro Dam should be completed by December this year. Rwanda's infrastructure minister, Clever Gatete, says that this will be followed by efforts to construct distribution lines to the three countries involved in this project. It is a project that will generate 80 megawatts. Plans are already in place to add more finances for the hydro project to generate further 5 megawatts at the later stage.
We are pleased with the job already done because the progress is evident. From June to now, there is a lot of progress made. But what we wanted to know is about the material being used, because the material used is mostly imported from China, Europe and the USA. This is a big project. We wanted to find out if there is any hindrances the contractors are facing. They did meet challenges on the powerhouse, but that has not affected the set timeline, which is to complete the construction works by December. Our goal is to stick to the set time frame, and then they start commissioning by December. We've all agreed that testing should start by December. Another thing I wanted to say is about the transmission lines. They are progressing well. As said by my colleagues from Burundi and Tanzania, on our part in Rwanda, the transmission line will come from Rusumo to Bugesera substation near the new airport and continue to Shango before being connected to the central grid. The works on Shango-Bugesera transmission line will be complete in 2 weeks. Everything should be ready before the end of this year.
Commissioning nirangira no gutestinga n'iki byose n'umuriro wabonetse tube tuzi ko dufite system ishobora kuba yawakira ikawugeza ku Banyarwanda.
And to education matters now. Ahead of schools reopening for term 1, parents are requesting school administrators to be patient with children who will return to schools before paying school fees, and if possible, allow parents to pay in installments depending on their financial capacity so that learners do not miss classes. Parents say that the COVID-19 pandemic has had adverse effects on people's incomes and businesses, which may hinder the process of financing their children's studies. Jen Mutoni has more.
At the Collège de Bethel Aparud in Ruhango sector in Ruhango district, some students are already returning from holidays, ready to begin the first term of the 2021-2022 academic year. The school principal, Ingaweye Sujak, says they are hopeful that at least more than half of them will have arrived by the end of the day.
So far, only a few students have arrived, and today was said to be the opening day of schools in Ruhango district. Only 5 students have arrived, and that is because most of our students are from Kigali, and sometimes it's hard for them to get buses coming this side, but we believe most of them will arrive in the evening.
Ariko twizera yuko ku masaha y'umugoroba abanyeshuri bamaze kuba benshi.
On one hand, some parents say their children may arrive at school later due to financial problems caused by the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Hence, it might take a while before the school fees and other required school items are paid for.
We request school administrators to allow us to pay school fees in installments so that by the end of the term, one will have paid the full amount.
The heads of schools say they are prepared to accept all children regardless. The principal of Lycée de Ruhango, Ichirezi Habyarimana Eric, urges parents to approach the school administration and present their issues so that children don't miss out on classes.
Reka nongere nshishikariza ababyeyi kuko uwaba afite ikibazo icyo ari cyo cyose yaganira n'ubuyobozi bw'ishuri.
I urge parents to approach the school administration with whatever issues they're facing. As we know the financial abilities of most parents, we urge them to bring their children to schools as the term begins now, and we don't expect every child to have all the school equipment on time. So during the 3 months of this term, we shall be working hand in hand with parents to solve these issues.
Bisobanura ngo rero muri icyo gihe tuzakorana n'ababyeyi kugira ngo ibitarakemuka bikemuke.
After 3 months of school holidays, the students have arrived at their respective schools and are preparing themselves to begin classes. They say they are ready to perform well. I look forward to studying hard by focusing more in class and revising enough. In order to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus, schools are strictly ensuring the preventive measures are implemented through installing the hand-washing facilities. The first term of the 2021-2022 school years is expected to end on December 24th this year. Jane Mutoni, RTV News.
And on behalf of the entire news production team, thank you very much for being with us. My name is Sam Kalisa, wishing you a good evening. Stay safe and have a fruitful week ahead.